Hi, my name is Joanna Whitney. I am an intuitive artist and a student of natural law. And right now I'm doing a series about group decision making. And I've been reading the formal consensus document. And I'm going to just take a break from that just for today because I'm noticing that there's a really important item that I was missing about what's causing our failure in our groups. And I also shouldn't say that we're failing. The groups are together, but social media is a huge problem. And why I say that is because, yeah, the groups are together. They meet occasionally now. But I just had an experience with a group that may have already been pummeled to death just by several interactions on social media. And so I want to discuss the social media issue. So we basically use social media to gather a group of people together for a Christmas breakfast to discuss how we're going to proceed in the new year, especially facing, um, digital currency and this vaccine passport crap, maybe them getting rid of the dollar or whatever. So we decided we were going to discuss creating a parallel economy together using barter. And we got together. A bunch of people showed up, which was really amazing. We blasted out this flyer on our channels on Signal and Telegram and for a couple weeks prior to the event. And then people actually showed up, and that was pretty amazing. And the whole group talked about different things that we wanted to do. And we decided in that maybe 2-hour period that we wanted to do a barter market in January. And this is just my point of view on it so far. But what seemed to happen was that the group of people that decided that made that initial meeting happen sort of thought that they were, or at least one of the people seemed to think that they were in charge of structuring this second group. I personally had the contact for the location, so I immediately got the location for the day and time that was required. But suddenly I was suddenly a member of a group of 5 people in a text message group about how we were going to structure this next event. And first of all, one person was left out of the text group. So we moved the group to the planning channel from Signal. And then a single person it seemed to me that a single person was suddenly in charge and doling out tasks to the rest of us, which I don't respond well to that. So I basically said I'm not available to take on this task. And I sort of observed what was going down, where there are certain things we could do to facilitate the larger group. First of all, we're not in charge of the larger group. The larger group is the one that made the decision to create this event, but they weren't present. There was only the 5 of us who were present. And suddenly we were structuring it. So I took a step back and said to myself, if we all just show up on that date in January, it's just going to do what it's going to do and it'll be fine. But I'm going to make a presentation myself and offer a barter currency that I know how to use based on Ithaca hours. Paul Glover created this in Ithaca, New York. And there's a book that he wrote about it. And this is just an aside. I wasn't able to find his book on his website, paulglover.org. So I did find it free online, and then I donated some money to him, so that, because I'm not sure if his website is defunct or what's going on with it, but I wanted the book. So I just got it, and I'm going to make a presentation and offer this barter currency to people because it makes it easier to barter rather than just one-to-one barter. However, I'm not going to try to govern that group. They may decide, they're a group of people, individuals, freedom-oriented people. I did present this to the smaller group, but I also said, I think we should meet face to face and discuss things in a horizontal manner before we set out to govern this event. But what I noticed was, just from this one interaction, just this idea that, like, we just presume, first of all, it's presumed that the person who initiated the group meeting from several weeks ago is the leader and is going to tell everyone else what to do. And then the next thing that happens is that we try to work it out in a Signal chat. This is, I really feel like the globalists created this to destroy us, honestly. I mean, I myself included, I'm totally addicted to this and I do it all the time, but I've kind of laid off from really trying to get anything done. And I'm definitely finished jabbing at people just for fun on social media, because like I did talk about this in an earlier video, it's a violation of natural law. It would never happen in nature. There's literally nowhere in nature where this could possibly ever happen. So I'm just sort of analyzing it. I'm analyzing it. Like in the old days, we would have gotten together. If the smaller group thought that they were going to, provide some assistance to the larger group, we would have met at a coffee shop or somewhere and discussed it. But now we just meet on the Signal chat and we're not together. This is not a group of people. When human beings are sitting in a room together, the spirit is present. All of our spirits are present together and unify into the united spirit. And when we use the principles of respect, trust, and having a common purpose, we ignite the creator's presence. I mean, it's been stated in many religions, when two or more are gathered, that presence will be there. And when that presence is there, then solutions appear through intuition that never seem to appear through a social media chat. In fact, the social media chat usually divides the group. People get mad and insulted, and then it's very divisive, which just tells me that it was created for that purpose and there's no way to use it. The only way to use these things is to the text is you only use that to say, hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, or I'm stuck in traffic. That's about the whole purpose of texting and social media use. But I'm noticing, like, people are just opting out to Zoom now. Like, I mean, I was supposed to do a class face to face the other day. I was really looking forward to it, and the teacher was ill, and it was proposed that we do it on Zoom. And I was just like, nah, I don't want to do it on Zoom. My partner told me he was going to go to church, maybe, but then he told me, oh, well, I can just do it on Zoom. I mean, we're just walking right into the wolf's mouth here. I mean, this is exactly what they want. They want us locked in our homes, separated from each other on the computer, where everything is recorded. Let's not be dumb about this. Everything, especially Zoom, is completely recorded. And I'm probably being, I'm sure how many lists I'm on already. Now there's my face. My facial recognition is now, looped to what I'm talking about, we're basically walking right into the horse's mouth when, yes, and it feels inconvenient and difficult to meet in person. And it's getting harder and harder to find venues to meet at. But don't fall for this. This is a warning. Do not fall for this. This is absolutely wrong. We have to meet in person, face to face, turn our phones off or put them on airplane mode or leave them in the car when we're meeting in person and make our decisions together, human being to human being, with the spirit present. And that's just something I had to put out because, I'm just basically not going to be a part of a group that makes a decision on social media or where there is a leader, a self-appointed leader. But right now I feel like we somehow are self-appointing ourselves as the governors of this event, and I'm also not going to do that. At the same time, reflecting on what I was talking about before regarding the narcissist, I'm not going to just back out either. I'm not going to just ghost myself. I'm going to probably stick it out, but I'm going to be very careful about what I say in the social media chat. And I'm going to not make any decisions. I'm going to continue to suggest that we meet face to face somewhere, not on a Zoom call. And then I'm going to see if people are open to discussing these things and trying to observe our actions and observe the tools that we're using, knowing that we don't really know each other well enough to use these tools, because we do need to get together and have some heart-to-heart experiences together first before we can use these tools. And I'm not even sure that we can ever use these tools to really do important work together. And I don't want to lose the ability to meet face to face by opting out for convenience, which, convenience is really the root of all evil, or the desire for convenience. This is just look at this. Look at where we're at. Come on, everything's about convenience. And how do I feel? Do I feel like driving tonight, or do I feel like, making that extra effort? No, I don't feel like it. I'm just going to go on Zoom. Oh my God. We're doomed. If that's where we're at, we're completely doomed. Because if we're really in a war, we need to make sure we're in shape, make sure that we're, a well formulated militia. I don't even know the words from the Constitution. Sorry, I'm not going to pretend that I know what the words are, but yeah, it's the scary time. That's all I'm going to talk about now.